Hi, everybody. It's Tamara Kelly, and we are, with all fingers crossed, live. It is December 3rd, 2025. And as always, I forgot to turn off the volume on my phone. There we go. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. If you're American, I hope you had a wonderful week. If you're not, regardless, I hope it was a good one. We had lots of people here, our extended family, and it was a lot of fun seeing everybody, of course. And I hope it was for you too. Saddest part, of course, was sending my college student back to college, but just for a couple more weeks before they get to come home for the winter holidays. So I'm happy about that. Of course, the day after Thanksgiving, the day after American Thanksgiving, Friday for everybody, I debuted my newest pattern, the Shell Stitch Crochet Duster, which I'm wearing right now. And I'll stand up here and show you just so you can take a closer look. I'm going to bring the microphone with me and scooch my chair back just a little bit. Of course, I'm on my little camera indoors here, so I have to kind of scooch around so you can see it. But you can see we got that long length we talked about. And when I talked to you guys before, you said you wanted tapered sleeves, so that's what we've got right here. But I definitely included the instructions for both tapered and straight sleeves in the pattern, so you can do whichever style you prefer. And of course, if you want a short sleeve, you can just stop where you've got the length you want. And if you want to just wear it as a vest, you can do that too. It's a little easier to see here on this sleeve. You can see right where the sleeve starts, so it is a little bit of a dropped sleeve. And I did do the solid fabric, double crochets on the sleeves with the shell stitch over the body. So the body's got a little bit more breathability, but you've got a little bit more privacy on the arms, which is what I prefer. It is a really simple pattern. I don't know if you can kind of see there's no seam at the shoulder. It's all one piece that we start at the back, work our way up the back, split for the front, seam along the sides. You can see right there, and add our sleeves and our little bit of border. So that is a very quick walkthrough. Let me pull my chair back up here so I have somewhere to sit. There we go. All right. So your very quick walkthrough tutorial of the sweater. And I will have, of course, a full tutorial for that coming up soon. Um, Jeff, can you check the connection on our Facebook feed? Looks a little choppy to me. If you're watching that and it looks choppy to you, I apologize. Looks like the YouTube is flowing a lot smoother for whatever reason. Facebook doesn't want to have a good connection today. Okay, so maybe it's just on my end. You guys let me know what you're seeing on your end. All right, so that is my newest pattern. It is up free right now on mooglyblog.com. You can also get the PDF on Ravelry, and the PDF will go up on Etsy once we have the video tutorial made. The thing about Etsy is you can't update patterns, PDFs to previous buyers once they're on there. And so I want to make sure that anybody who gets it on Etsy gets the full package. So it won't go up on Etsy until we have the video tutorials up as well. So I can make sure the link is included. So that pattern is up now, and I made that using Katya Azteca. You can see right here. And so here's the funny thing about this yarn. They list it as a bulky, but they're a European company, and they don't always use those words the same way we do here in the States. So I started working with this yarn on the assumption that it was a bulky weight. I guess I didn't really give it much more thought. And when I started working it up with different hook sizes, honestly, I'm one of those people, I'm going to figure out what hook works best for the project I'm making, not what it says on the label anyway. But then when I went back and looked at it, I think it's officially an Aran weight yarn. So on the very, very heavy, heavy, heavy side of worsted. I would also say this is right under a bulky to me. The way it works up is almost more like a bulky, but I think officially it's an Aran. So take that into account. But it is really lovely stuff. And of course, I chose this, they call it gray, but sort of black and white mixed colorway. And one of the really interesting things about this yarn is that I haven't been able to spot any sort of repeating pattern into where it's going to change colors. So it's always an adventure. Every skein was a little different. It gave it this really unique look to the sweater. It means every single one is going to be different, even if you use the same colorway, which I think is a lot of fun. And of course, there's lots of other great colors for this yarn as well that you can check out. So Katya Azteca wants to glare a little bit in the light, but there we go. Really lovely stuff. This one happens to be a wool and acrylic blend. Of course, if you want to avoid using wool, you can switch to a different yarn. But I hope you'll try it, and I hope you'll give this sweater pattern a try as well. It was a lot of fun to make. Hi, Anna. Hi, everybody who's tuning in live or watching later. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so that is the sweater. What else? Of course, we still have our latest crochet along square, and this is the final one for this year. Not the final one ever, just the final one for 2025. We have Moogly Crochet Along Block 24. This one is by Polly Plum. You can see it is truly unique. That's the front, and here's what it looks like from the back. You can see, I'm sure, without me holding it sideways, there's lots of 3D action here. Now, one of the funny things about this crochet along is, of course, I'm crocheting my square about 2 weeks before it comes out to everybody else, give or take. And with this one, the instructions I got, I gave her some feedback to be a little bit more explicit on how to twist those swizzles. I'm not sure I twisted mine in the right spot, just the way I read the instructions. So I know she changed that a little bit, but I've seen some really fun things people are doing with their sizzles. That's what these little blue parts are called in this pattern, is the sizzles. So I think mine might actually be a little bit wrong, is basically what I'm trying to say. The instructions should have them the right way, but if yours look a little different than mine, that's probably why. I think I counted when I went to count out where to connect them, I think I counted from the wrong end. Um, but, that's why I make them early, so I can give that little bit of feedback and make it easier when it comes time for your turn to make the square as well. So this block is up now. It is block 24. It is the final one for the year. So now, of course, what are you going to do with all those blocks? Excuse me. The standard thing most people, I think, probably do is turn them into a blanket, a big blanket, 4 feet by 6 feet, plus whatever you end up adding in terms of your joining and your borders. And your joining and your borders are totally up to you. This is where you get to add your own special touches. I've got lots of posts on Moogly with different borders you can check out and different edgings, as well as a whole post with a bunch of different joining methods. So all of those are available right now on Moogly as well, but you can put them together in different forms as well. You could also make two baby blankets, right? You could do, it'd be two 4 foot by 3 foot baby blankets, which is a great size for a baby or a toddler. Some people use them to make pillows. I've heard some people say they want to try and turn them into sweaters. So lots of great things you can do with your squares. If you're not into the whole great big blanket thing, definitely check them out. And like I say, while the last one is up for this year, we are absolutely coming back for 2026. And not this time, but the very next live, I will be showing you the yarn I'm using. In this one, I'm not going to show you my colorways, but I am going to make the official announcement, and I haven't put it on the blog post for today yet. I always have my links up. I'm going to go back and do it because I didn't want it to go out before I said. But for our yarn for the crochet along, you're going to have your choice of several different options. But what I will be using, and I'm making a note to myself to make sure I don't forget to put up the link, is I will be using Brava worsted. And that is available on Knit Picks and We Crochet. And I think it's a really lovely yarn. I used it when I designed the hat, scarf, and mitten set that I did earlier this year for Warm Up America. And I just absolutely fell in love with that yarn. So I talked to Knit Picks, We Crochet. It's the same company, actually, same parent company. Excuse me. I talked to them and they agreed to sponsor this year's crochet along. So there's going to be several different yarns the designers will use, and I'll have those all listed out for you next time. But today, exclusive news, I myself will be using Brava worsted, and I've already got my colors picked out, but you'll have to come back for the next live to see those. So if you wanted to go ahead and pick out your own colors, absolutely do that. All the other details for next year will be the same as this year in terms of like basically how much yarn approximately you'll need. We'll have 24 designers. The schedule will be essentially the same every 2 weeks on Thursdays leading up to American Thanksgiving. The whole rigmarole, and it will have its own special live later this month. So I don't want to get too far into it, but if you want to, if you're excited about 2026 and you see some 2025s you really like, jump on in, get making. You can go ahead and mix up all the year's squares together. So that is getting ready to go right now. What else? We've got some new things. We've got the corner window tutorial is up now. And before, when I released this pattern, I didn't have one to show you because I'd already sent mine in to Warm Up America for their blanket drive. But of course, in making the tutorial, I ended up making another one, which I haven't taken the time to block yet. I will have to do that before I send in my next box to Warm Up America. But now I have one to show you because we did one for the tutorial video. And this is the corner window square. And again, this is for Warm Up America, which is a charity drive. They do 7-inch by 9-inch rectangles. And so this one I think uses, I want to say under 60 yards of yarn. It might be just 50, but it's under 60 yards of yarn, I believe. And so this is great if you've got leftover odds and ends. This one's made with Red Heart Super Saver pooling. So you get this really fun color play in it. But you can just, use up your worsted odds and ends and make these 7-inch by 9-inch squares, whatever pattern you like, and send them in. And they have volunteers who join them together into bigger blankets for those in need. So this is my design. I designed mine on behalf of the Crochet Guild of America. And also, I wanted to point out this isn't just living on the blog and on YouTube, of course, now with you tutorials, but it's also available as part of the package that Warm Up America is selling right now. Or I shouldn't say selling, they're gifting with every $50 donation to Warm Up America, you get a package of patterns. And within that package is this one. The reason I've pulled it out and I'm promoting it outside of that package is because it is for charity. And I want to make sure that even for those who can't afford to donate the $50, maybe they have 50 yards of yarn that they can donate instead. So that's my thinking behind that. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice a little bit today. Must be the all the snow we've been getting here in Iowa. I hope you guys are staying warm out there. We've had quite the snow dumping on us outside over the weekend, and a little bit more this week. So big weather changes. I need to refill my humidifier post haste. So anyway, that is the corner window crochet. The corner window rectangle tutorial is up now. And of course, the shell stitch crochet duster, which I'm wearing, is a new free pattern on Moogly. And this one goes from extra small all the way up to 6X. And then that is it for new patterns. But let me give you some other updates, and we'll talk about the giveaways and a sneak peek, of course. More sneak peeks to come. I have so many things, it makes it hard to, I have to just kind of go down my list that I keep on top of everything that I want to tell you guys about. The Jimmy Beans Wool Blanket Kit Club 2025 update. I like to do that every time. Now, since last time, I haven't done any more crocheting, but I did get my side pieces blocked, which I'm very proud about. You can see, if you watched last time, you'll notice like how much nicer this looks. If you ever wondered about the miracles of blocking, look at the way those looked last time I showed them to you, and look how beautiful and straight these stripes are now. So I'm all set for month 12, and now it is month 12, and I'll be able to start crocheting on that kit here. Probably tonight I'll get started on it, and I can show you the latest color. So it's going to be our color for December right there. That it is. I'm using the beanstalk worsted for this kit. Of course, a lot of people use Madeline Tosh, but I used the acrylic because it fits my lifestyle. And this one is called, let me find the name, Mud Mask. Very cool. What a pretty color. Sort of browny gray. I think it's really going to pull the other parts of the blanket together. You can see some of the last colors we've been doing. So this kind of goes with some of the last colors of the kit, but we've got lots of bright colors that we started with. So I am excited. I know that this month it's the last one, so we have to sew crochet. I don't know yet. We're going to put our blankets together, and I'm pretty sure add some sort of border around the whole thing. So I will definitely be updating on that as I finish it up this year, and I'm really excited. Now, I know that you can't get the kits for 2025 from Jimmy Bean's Wool Blanket Kit Club anymore, but they are gearing up for 2026 as well. So if you're like me and you're into crochet alongs, you want to do a couple of them, get ready for that one as well. Excuse me. All right, so that brings us to the many giveaways that we've got going on Moogly right now. And our latest one just started yesterday, which I've barely had a chance to promote because I was having a small medical procedure done yesterday. I'm fine. Do not fret. But I barely got a chance to talk to anybody about it. So you're being some of the first to hear about it here. We've got another set of hat templates that we're giving away. This is my personal set that I work with all the time. You can actually tell I've got some tape stuck to the back. That's how I know it's my set. But you can enter to win a set of your own. We're giving away this physical set as well as 2 PDF sets. So that means this giveaway is open worldwide. So check that out. And if you don't want to take your chances on the giveaway, which I don't blame you for, these are a great purchase. These are a great gift for the holidays. And right now, they are 10% off on Etsy. I'm a reseller for them. We sell them on the Moogly Etsy shop. I resell them on behalf of the inventor who's over in Europe. So she takes care of all the European sales and basically all the rest of the world. I take care of America and Canada. So if you're in America or Canada and you order these on Etsy, they actually come straight right here from this office, right over there. We've got a whole stack of them, and we mailed them out from right here in Iowa. So if you're interested in these, if you want these for Christmas, if you want them before Christmas to do some Christmas crafting, some Hanukkah crafting, holiday crafting, whatever you celebrate, or if you just want to ask for them for the holidays, now is the time. We do have limited quantities. We have to have them shipped from overseas, and we only get a few at a time. That's why we run out every once in a while. I'm being really honest with you guys today. So if you wanted to get these for the holidays, I do recommend that you get them ordered now. When we run out, we have to order a new box, and it's just a matter of time till we get them. So I do recommend that you get them now. They are absolutely fantastic. They're for making crochet and knit hats. Um, all the sizes from 0 to 3 months up to extra large adult. Wonderful tool. Genuinely, I use them every time I design a top-down hat myself. So because I want to make sure that they fit everybody as well. And this also lets me know sometimes I can't get a certain size and a certain stitch pattern, which can be, if you're coming up with a pattern of your own, really helpful as well. All right, what else? We have the Darn Good Yarn DIY Watermelon Kit giveaway. Long name. But I picked up 2 of these bad boys at the CJOA retreat I was at this summer, and I don't have time to put together kits and stuff like that too often myself, but I thought, gosh, I bet these would make great stocking stuffers for a couple of people out there, or just something fun to do yourself over the holidays. And what's fun about these is that they are knit and crochet. I don't know if you can see that. Both knit and crochet are included in each kit. I don't know that there's enough yarn to do both, but definitely the patterns for both. And you've got the knitting needles, or at least the patterns for the crochet and the knit. So let's see. It includes red yarn, pink yarn, white yarn, light green yarn, dark green yarn, black yarn, stuffing, and a darning needle. So, and then it says 4 3mm double pointed needles and a 3mm crochet hook. So the manufacturer suggested retail price on these is $19.99. I do believe I went to the Darn Good Yarn website, and I do believe they might be clearancing these out. They're a lot lower right now. So if you want to go ahead and buy some, you can go ahead and look for the link. I've linked them in the giveaway as well. So if you want to get some more, maybe a bunch for the grandkids, right? Get a whole club going. Everybody at work, create a crochet and knit club. We've got 2 of these to give away on Moogly right now. So again, these are coming right here, right out of our personal basement. So that giveaway is happening. What else? We've got there's so many. The Della Q and TL Yarn Crafts Vivid Rose Collection Maker's Mini Messenger. Long name, beautiful bag. Here we have it. This is the Maker's Mini Messenger. Vivid Rose refers to the color. Della Q is the manufacturer, and this particular color is in cooperation and partnership with TL Yarn Crafts. So that means inside one of these pockets, and I showed you guys, I think, on the last live, we went all through the bag. Let me get the right pocket here. Yes, right inside the very first pocket, we have the TL Yarn Crafts label as well. So this is really gorgeous. These are waxed canvas, which is, I'll be honest, a material I'm not overly familiar with, mostly from Della Q bags, but I have a few Della Q bags. In fact, I carry the sling style bag as my regular everyday purse. And I do know that they hold up, and they just look even more beautiful with age. So I'm really excited to add this into my regular rotation once this giveaway is over as well. It's got lots of handles. I love this leather handle on top because I'm somebody who ends up holding my bag like that a lot. And I also really love the thoughtful detail that this strap can be switched side to side, so you can wear it right-handed or left-handed, whichever is most comfortable for you. So lots of just really thoughtful details on this bag, and including, I think this one's really fun because this one's new to the Della Q bags. They've got a hidden, see if I can do it here. Need a little leverage. A hidden yarn cutter there, right inside that snap tab. So that is a lot of fun. And we're giving away one of these bags as well. So this is a very, very nice giveaway happening right now. And yes, that canvas is so nice. Thank you, Anna. Yes, and Tony from TL Yarn Craft, she picked that vivid rose color. And if you're not into the mini messenger, definitely check out the other ones. If you love that color, there's a tote bag. There's one of the mesh bags, like this mesh bag that I keep my my Jimmy Beans wool blanket kit club in. This is one of the Della Q bags. They have this one, I believe, or one very similar in that vivid rose color as well. So lots of really gorgeous things there. Then we have the Twice Sheared Sheep 2026 VIP Surprise Box Club membership giveaway. So many long names today. Good thing I print out that page, right? So I don't have the box anymore. I recycled the box to send out something else, but I have the goodies, and this is just a sample of some of the goodies that you got in one of the boxes from 2025. 2026 is going to be a complete surprise, but it's always going to have yarn and a bunch of other goodies. So this one had a yarn bowl, a row counter, some bobbins. It actually had a yarn scale, which is amazing. Lots of really just fun stuff. And it's not just the boxes. There's some other things throughout the year, some discounts. I believe there might be a stitch along, some fun stuff like that. So definitely check that out. If you're looking for a really big gift to give somebody this year, something really wonderful that's going to last all year, that surprise VIP box would be a wonderful choice. And like everything else, those quantities are limited. So if you are interested, I do suggest you go ahead and get that now. We also, of course, have two more giveaways to go. We've got, where'd it go? This guy right here. We have the Knit Picks and We Crochet. We talked earlier about how you can go to either one. They have this new yarn winder. And at first glance, it looks a lot like a lot of other yarn winders on the market. I'm not going to lie, right? But there is a couple of things that I really like about this one. And in particular, I like that it's simplified. I have a bigger one, which is great for really, really large skeins, right? This one, you're going to go up to about 3.5 ounces or so. But I like that there's just the one bar here. A lot of them you have to go through sort of two feeds. This one's simplified. I like that it comes out to the side. I don't know if you can kind of see that, how it comes out to the side. Here's where it clamps onto the table. So pretend my little hand's the side of the table here. And the bar comes out to the side. A lot of them, they come straight out, which is fine, but it takes up so much more space. This helps keep it a little bit more compact. Of course, it screws onto a table so you can easily replace that as needed. But the thing that really the feature, if you will, that really stands out to me, that really gets me excited about this particular yarn winder is under here. And it's the fact that you can't see anything. You don't see the gears. Do you see how they're all completely enclosed inside this plastic? I could maybe get my finger in there, but your yarn's not going to accidentally end up in there. We've all had that thing happen. If you've used a winder enough, you get going real fast, you get overconfident, and something pops, it goes crazy. Something happens over on the Swift, something goes bad, and you end up with your yarn underneath, and it can get tangled in the gears. And that is so upsetting when that happens. And these are really, really blocked in. Your yarn's not going to end up there getting tangled. I think you'd have to work pretty hard. It's relatively quiet. It's a nice solid feel to it. You can see it's got a good spin to it. But yeah, just having that guard right there and the more compact shape are a couple of features that I do think make this one stand out. So another great option. And the price is right too on this one for sure. So definitely check that out. If you don't already have a yarn winder, if you're looking for one, I can confidently recommend that one. I've used it to wind up a couple of my balls now, and I'll actually be doing a couple more here in just a little bit after we get off this live. Oh, yes, Anna says, nice for traveling. I agree. If you're somebody who, for whatever reason, you want to travel with one, this is the one I would travel with as well, for sure. Great point. Thank you. All right. And then one more giveaway going on right now. We've got the Tunisian Crochet Sweater Collection book by Dora Orenstein. And she is a lovely lady that I've had the very good fortune to be able to meet a few times at professional events. And she is definitely someone who's been in this industry for a while and is definitely an expert crochet designer. She's known for her work in Tunisian crochet. And I'll just go ahead and read you right off the back of the book here since I'm holding it up. She is the author of 7 successful crochet titles, including Crochet Every Way Stitch Dictionary, Top Down Crochet Sweaters, The Crocheter's Skill Building Workshop, Custom Crochet Sweaters, and the New Tunisian Crochet. And I can tell you several of those books are definitely considered must-haves by a lot of crochet designers if they want to design sweaters. There is so much good information, and she really is genuinely an expert. My one, I don't want to say complaint, my one note on this book, the one thing that didn't make me just jump for joy is that the patterns do only run up to 2x. So that was a little disappointing. As someone who has definitely spent a lot of their life over 2x, that was a little bit of a bummer. I totally understand as a designer how it can be very difficult sometimes to approach different sizes. But other than that, I would say this is absolutely a fantastic book. And I will go ahead and show you my very favorite design. I think it's the last one in the book. I have a knack for doing that, picking the last one. But this one is my favorite. This one is called Zoe. And I just think that one is really pretty. And this one probably has the most interest to it too. I would say overall, this book is full of really great basics. A cardigan, a pullover, a sweater and skirt set. Definitely wardrobe basics you can mix and match. We've got here with a lot of other pieces. I think, some great shapes. We've got a short sleeve cardigan, and I want to say there's a short sleeve sweater in here as well. And then we've got a tank. So some really, really great design pieces in here. And of course, from Dora. So she's an expert. Everything's going to be really well written, helpful photos, stitch notes throughout. So definitely check that out. It's not overly heavy. This one retails for $26.95 in the US, but we've got a giveaway going on Moogly right now. So hopefully, well, definitely one of you is going to win. So hopefully you'll enjoy it and check that out. Let's see. What else? I've got a sneak peek for you here in just a minute. But before we get to that, we'll use that to close up with. First, I want to let you know that at the end of January, beginning of February, I am planning on going to Vogue Knitting Live. I don't have any classes. I'm not teaching there. I'm actually hoping to teach for them online again in February. But I do hope to be there in person at the end of January, or excuse me, yes, at the end of January next year. So if anybody wants to have a meetup or anything like that, if anybody else is going, if you know something cool going on that weekend, definitely let me know, and I would love to meet you there. More officially, March 6th and 7th this spring, I will be one of the hosts at Stitch Up Chicago. So I will be there for the whole weekend. Tickets are available now. You can check that out. I've got the link up. And I will let you know last I heard, and that was a couple days ago, 60% of tickets have already sold for that event. So it is a small event. It is an intimate event, but it is a wonderful event. Not so intimate as to be intimidating. You don't have to feel like that. It's like, I want to say 100 people. So it'll be a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. All right. So dun dun dun. Our last thing, our little sneak peek. First, I'll show you the yarn I used. I used not all by a long shot, but I did use Bernat Maker Minis. I used the red, the green, the brown, and the white. And I think that's it. And not all of those, just a little bit. And this one will be out next week. Double checking. Yes, next week. And here we go. There's your sneak peek. I have designed an ornament with a little red truck and the Christmas tree using Bernat Maker Minis. You can see there's the bottom. It's all squared up, and I think it is just super cute. I chose green to do the little hanging string out of, but of course you could add a hook or whatever you wanted to. I chose green because I think green will blend in with the tree, right? That was kind of my thinking. But of course you can use, like I say, attach a metal hook or whatever color you want. If you think red would look better, use red, brown, another color. It's up to you. But this is my little guy. It works up super duper fast, just a little bit of each one of those. So a great little stash buster pattern, and I think going to be super fun for the holidays. I love making ornaments like this, not just for the tree, but I like to attach them to the tops of very special gifts or even just give them as gifts. I think ornaments make great gifts, great standalone gifts for coworkers, stocking stuffers, extended family, things like that. So I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like it. Thank you. So my own little version of the pickup truck and the tree. It was time. I had to come up with something. So this is my little guy. I want to say he's maybe I'm going to say 3 inches long, 2 inches tall. So very relatively lightweight. A little bit of stuffing is the only other thing that I used besides the usual tools. There is just a tiny little bit of fiber fill in there, but if you wanted to, you absolutely could use odds and ends of yarn. It's just the tiniest amount. So I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you so much. I'm excited to share it with you next week. But in the meantime, lots of other good things to come as well. So right now, I think I am going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me today. And thanks so much for watching this in the replay. If that's what you're doing, I am going to immediately head over to my computer and not only embed this in today's blog post, but I'm going to add that link for Brava worsted so you can start stocking up your own yarns for next year's Moogly Crochet Along 2026. And I'll have lots more information about all that in the coming month, so stay tuned for that as well. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. There we go. I'll talk to you all again soon. Must be time for me to go. Bye bye, everybody.